still. Good morning, everybody. That was lame. Good morning, everybody. Much better. I know it's not a great subject, but we could at least try to be happy. Okay. I'm here to quickly, in my short 15, 20 minutes, give you a starting place. A lot of people have financial problems and don't realize, besides trying to work out the issue, you actually have some rights in case some things go wrong. Also, what happens a lot is some problems come up that you did not create, and then you have to unfortunately deal with fixing them. And having gone through some of it myself, I understand how you feel. I've been an identity theft victim. I've been harassed by debt collectors. I've had to fight with banks about mistakes that they've made. I've had to fight with my student loan company when they made a mistake. So I've experienced a lot of what I deal with on a regular basis for my clients. I wanted to give you some advice on some of your rights if you have a problem with your bank account and you end up in a dispute with your bank. Also, if you end up in a dispute with your credit card company, or if you unfortunately happen to get sued over an old debt, which is happening more and more frequently, and a lot of people don't know what to do when they get served with those papers. It usually starts with somebody coming to your house and handing you paperwork that you look at and you go, this looks foreign, I have no idea what this is, I don't even know what it says, and it's a summons and a complaint. And it means that somebody has served you with a lawsuit. And a lot of times people get the paperwork and don't understand it, throw it away, throw it aside. If you're not sure, get somebody else to look at it right away, because the minute you are handed that paperwork, the clock starts ticking against you. So open your mail. If you get something stuck in your door, open it up. A lot of people have, unfortunately, not done anything about being sued, and they end up with judgments, and then you got the whole security clearance issue. Don't not act. Not acting is the worst thing to do. A lot of times, people think it's a joke or don't act because the name of the company that's suing you is not any creditor that you ever recognize. And that's because these days a lot of creditors sell the debt to collection agency. And so the name on the lawsuit is the collection agency. And you think, I don't know who they are. ABC, I've never heard of them. And you think it doesn't apply to you. It does. ABC bought your debt from your original creditor. So don't ignore it. The first time, a lot of times when people hear about it is because all of a sudden they get notice from their job, we've received a garnishment to take money out of your account. And you're going, who, who, money? No. Give me back my money. What do you mean you're taking my money? And it's because they've been served with the judgment that says, we need to take out X amount of dollars each month out of your check. And you have no idea where this is coming from, and you're getting ready to lose your mind. And while a garnishment can be undone, it does not happen overnight. It will take some time. So the better approach is to prevent it from getting there rather than waiting for it to get there. So do your homework. Make sure that there's not anything hanging out there about you. Also, know this. If you go in and represent yourself, which is fine, you need to be aware that a lot of times what they're going to offer you when they say a settlement instead of having a hearing is something called a consent judgment. And it is the equivalent of having a regular judgment against you. It will show up on your credit report. It will allow them to garnish your wages without them having to have a trial. Because you're basically saying you're consenting to them winning without making them prove it. Right. How many times has somebody gotten themselves into worse trouble on Judge Judy's show because they thought they knew what they were doing and ended up making her mad because they went about it completely the wrong way, and instead of winning, they totally lost. That's what happens when you walk into most of these small claims cases, because you think, if I explain the whole thing, I win. Wrong. It's actually the opposite. Small claims court in most places is the kind of place where you do not want to spill all your guts. So even if you can't hire an attorney to represent you, have a consultation with one so you can at least get some advice on what to do if you have to go in for a case where you've been sued. And try to settle it without a judgment, because that judgment will be on your credit report, and it can limit a lot of things that happen. It can cause you problems, as I'm sure will come up, with your clearance. It can cause you problems with getting housing. It can cause you problems with trying to get a mortgage, a lot of different things. And it does not come off just because you pay the judgment off. What shows up is that the judgment has been paid, but the judgment will still remain for at least 7 years.